start sweating, bro.
Yeah.
And action. What's up, Barstool Backstage? Dante here, the one and only White Sox Dave. And we are joined, he's a little out of breath. He has sprinted over here. Most Barstool thing ever just happened. Dave ran to get passes.
Wristbands, yeah.
And because he's a popular man, he's got to take care of his friends. And literally, he turned the corner, and our esteemed guest and his pack turned the corner and start walking up. And I'm like, shit, we don't have our cameraman. I don't have my co-host. I got to stall time, but luckily you're really, really polite guy, Mr.
Dude,
Atkins. How are you?
It's a pleasure.
Thank you
It's a
so
pleasure.
much for stopping by.
Yeah,
I know
man.
you're insanely busy. What do you think? Windy City Smokeout. What do you think?
This is my first Windy City Smokeout.
That actually surprises me.
I've played every other venue in this town.
Yeah.
Like, started at Joe's on Wheat Street early on, United Center, Soldier Field, Wrigley. I've done it all. But you know, ever since this festival got going, my buddy Ed Warm runs this.
Yeah.
And he owns all the Joe's, and so I know that it's going to be awesome because he's awesome. So looking forward to it.
He's the best.
He's the best.
The best. He takes unbelievable care of us here. As you see, we're in.
Oh, heck yeah.
We're in this meat locker.
It is cold up in here.
It's beautifully cold because I was soaked in sweat 30 seconds.
Do you think you just ran a half a mile to get here?
Like 300 feet, but
Okay.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
look at me, I'm
No,
not
I
in
get
the
it,
best
dude.
shape, you know.
Sprints are hard.
Sprints are hard, exactly.
I got one for you. We were shooting the breeze before you got back over here. This guy just came in from Kenya.
Yeah.
When?
2 days ago.
So what time is it for you right now?
8 hours ahead of what it is
Oh,
here.
that's not okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess like 15 or something.
Yeah.
So you gotta be sleepy right
Yeah,
now.
it's almost 7 o'clock.
I'm
So yeah,
sleepy,
that's 3 a.m. for you.
Yeah, tequila helps for sure.
Tequila helps.
Yeah.
What's your favorite brand?
Man, I'm actually a part of a tequila company called
Oh, yeah?
Dos Primos Tequila. Me and my cousin
I
started it.
knew this.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's good.
Honestly,
It's really good.
I was just
Thank you.
I was just in Savannah. I was at Luke Bryan's golf tournament, and they were
Yeah.
on the course.
Yeah.
pouring it.
I think my cousin was actually at that pouring drinks. You might have met him.
Really?
Yeah, we look almost like we're twin brothers.
Great. Honestly,
dude,
I'm
thank you
not,
very
I'm
much.
I'm not bullshitting you. It's
I
good
appreciate
tequila.
that. Thank you.
Very good. That's
Heck yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's me.
How'd that come about?
Dude, my cousin and I were on a ski trip, and we were trying to think of like what we could do together. And it started as like a hunting boot company, and then we were going to make like jackets, and then we were going to make hats, and then we drank a lot of tequila one night. We're like, we could.
Yeah,
do this.
let's just do tequila.
We should do this.
Did you know how to make tequila beforehand?
Absolutely not.
No, just
we knew
fucking
zero,
grip it and rip it.
Zero about the business, and we actually
Yeah.
just wanted to do it really, really small and boutique, and just like make it for our friends and our family, and then turn it into what it is now, which is pretty gnarly. We're in like 35 to 36 states.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Great name. I mean, great taste. Great name.
Dude,
Good brand.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Where'd the name come from?
Honestly, we were like, what should we name this? And we were like, what is two cousins in Spanish?
Dos Primos.
Dos Primos.
Dos Primos.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Pretty
Do you
simple.
speak Spanish now?
No, I do not
Now
speak
that
Spanish.
you are like selling their national drink? No?
Dude, I took French in high school, and I still don't speak well French. That made no
I mean,
sense.
you probably, yeah. I was just in France. You don't even need to know France or French to be in France.
You don't need to know France.
Nope.
Just speak
Because they all speak English. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's So you're in Chicago tonight. What's the rest of summer looking like for you?
Man, I was just telling him we're doing like just nothing but fairs and festivals this year, which I've never done. I've never done that in a year before. It's cool because I'm getting to spend so much more time with my family and get to take trips like we just took. But yeah, it's weird. We'll play a couple shows and then we're off for a couple weeks, and then we play a couple shows and then we're off.
Hell yeah.
But it's been fun, dude. It's a nice change in pace from the 3 in a row all year long.
Now, I have no idea how it works. So I'd
Yeah.
imagine like you being a headliner for this week, are you really in charge of like pushing tickets, or is that more on the fest? But like at the United Center, I imagine like you were pretty much in charge of selling out 20,000,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean, I think a festival's different. I mean, all festivals are kind of work different. Like you can buy like a full festival pass, or you can buy a day pass,
Single day,
or whatever,
yeah.
single day pass. But yeah, I would sure that's why they bring me here, But I think it's kind of just more about the full package of the festival than it probably is in particular day. But
Did you grow up going to like festivals? Anything?
man, I was not a festival kid.
Yeah.
Were you like? Are you used to tour life though? Like having
I'm used to tour
having
life. Oh,
growing
yeah.
up in the music.
Yeah, because my dad was an artist in the
Right,
90s,
right.
and so from as young as I can remember, I love getting on the bus with Dad and showing up at the Nebraska
Yeah,
county
yeah.
fair or whatever it was.
So a lot of fun as a kid.
Yeah, a lot
like
of
here
fun.
and
But
there?
I never did like the Bonnaroo thing. I never camped, at a festival. Never went to like a 3-day thing. But I have seen a lot of shows. My dad was really good at culturing me in music like early on, and so I mean I've seen the Stones like 10 times.
They were
I've seen
just here, and I missed them again.
know,
and
dude.
I'm pretty sure I might go a whole lifetime without seeing them.
You've never seen them?
I have not seen them.
Oh wow,
Oh, you gotta.
it's amazing. I mean I'm a big Stones fan and big Allman Brothers fan. But yeah, I grew up going to a bunch of different shows but never festivals really, except for like with my dad. So
Who's
Do
a
you
better
remember-
guitarist, Dwayne Allman or Keith Richards?
they just have different vibes.
Mhm.
But I think I love watching Keith play the guitar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That actually surprises me a little bit because Southern rock
sure.
is
No, I'm
more
a-
country adjacent,
Yeah, I'm
you
a
know.
huge, Dickie Betts.
The best. I think I got
Derek
Derek
Trucks,
Trucks.
dude.
He's coming into our office in a couple weeks. I'm pretty
Derek
sure.
Trucks and Susan Tedeschi band is one of my like all-time
They
favorites.
are gods.
Brother.
gift to the world.
Gods.
Yeah,
They're gods.
Right.
So 3 years ago,
I think 3, yeah.
David been telling me about them forever.
Oh, dude.
Started listening to them. They sound good. He took me to a show at Chicago Theater here, and I still just goosebumps just remembering that show.
Yeah.
Seeing, I think she's the best.
She's insane. But I've never
Insanely
seen
good.
like I'm not a great side player, but watching what he does to make a sound out of a guitar with a freaking slide is
Crazy.
it's
I'm
one of
sure
the most
you've seen
gnarly
that
things ever.
the video where it's him, John Mayer, BB King, or him as
Yeah.
in Derek Trucks,
Yeah.
and he starts playing the slide, and John Mayer's like,
Oh, dude, 100%. When,
Like,
when
John
John
Mayer's
Mayer makes
blown
that
away,
face,
he's like-
you know that you're good. I've got a good video for you. If you go watch the Susan Tedeschi Trucks band at the White House, I can't remember what year this would have been, but it's Derek, Susan, and Warren Haynes with Steve Jordan on the drums, and they sing "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James, bro. It will send chills up your spine.
I haven't heard their rendition of it. I can already feel the chills coming in. I don't know if it's because it's cold in here and I got a little
Yeah.
condensation back sweat going, but
It's unbelievable.
But Susan Tedeschi, like, unbelievably good voice,
Yeah.
great songwriter, but she doesn't get the props she deserves because she's next to her husband. She's unbelievably good on the
She's
guitar
so,
too. She's
so good.
insanely good at
Her
the
voice
guitar.
is like second to none.
There's a little. They're doing like a radio hit. It's just the two of them. He's on an acoustic and he's playing. It's not Soul Sweet Song, but it's just them two, and what two people can do with that
100%.
and make it sound like that. It's mind blowing.
No doubt.
How
This
young were
turned
you
into-
when you got the guitar down?
Man, I
Were
think
you
I
one of
was
these prodigies, or were you
Born with it in your hand.
I was not a prodigy. I'm not a prodigy at anything.
No, come on.
I'm really
nothing?
not. No, I mean, I think being around it so much, I think I learned how to play guitar when I was like 13 or 14, but it was just for the sole purpose of like impressing girls.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
You write a
3
pretty,
a.m. by Matchbox 20 was the first tune that I ever learned on the guitar. And
God, I love that.
and a bunch of like, you ever heard of Corey Smith? He was like,
Oh yeah, I've seen Corey Smith at Joe's on Weed probably a dozen times before. If I could
Corey
do
Smith
it
was
again,
like
you know
my
what?
jam.
I'd do it
Yeah,
the
like
same.
when I was in college,
Yeah.
I was a real fratty kid. So
It's fratty music,
3
but it's like
a.m. is
good
a-
feel good.
yeah.
3 a.m. is a great.
Have you ever reached out to Rob Thomas and been like, "Yo,
Yeah, dude. So we covered 3 a.m. in our show last year, and we're playing this festival called Boots and Hearts up in Canada, and Matchbox is opening for us that night.
there
Shut
you go."
up.
So
It's
full circle,
full circle,
full circle. But
circle.
like that, he's opening for you. That's
It
gotta be a weird
doesn't make
feeling.
any sense. I kind of wish we could reverse.
He's the coolest guy. We interviewed him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
He is the coolest.
Okay,
nicest
good. Yeah,
guy
I'm really excited to
on
meet
the
him.
planet.
Very excited.
He'll be even more excited.
Does he know that, like this story, or like have you ever reached out to him?
Oh, I
about
think
it?
he didn't he comment or he reposted us
Yeah.
playing 3 a.m. at one of the shows. It was a lot of fun.
That's sick. But
Yeah.
back to the Prodigy thing, I disagree because I think you are one of the most badass songwriters
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I've ever heard, especially right now.
That is one thing that I think got passed down genetically. Like, because my dad is sort of the GOAT. Like, he was a great artist, but when he got off of the road and strictly just started writing songs, I think he's written, I don't know the exact number, but close to like 45 or 50 number one songs in our genre, and has won BMI Songwriter of the Year twice. Like, the dude is just, he just sort of like is like wine. He just keeps getting better with age, and so getting to learn from him as a kid was a big benefit for me.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
How was he as a teacher though? Was he like letting you like stick your toe in the water?
Oh, yeah.
Or was there any? It's not like a sport thing. Like my dad would be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. No, when I was in college, dude, I was majoring in like communicate. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Bullshit,
Communications, yeah. And I would ask my dad, because he would be writing with people like Dallas Davidson and Bobby Pinson, also dudes that have been Songwriter of the Year multiple times, and I'd be like, can I just come like be a fly on the wall? Like, I will not insert my opinion. I will not sing a melody. I just want to watch. I just want to see how it works. And I'd start going to these sessions, and then they would ask me what I thought, and then I would just start to. That's how you learn. You start to be like, well, what if you said this, or what if this melody was here, and what if the bridge went this way, and so I feel like I was very, very fortunate to learn from people that had been doing it for a long time. And what it taught me was, like, after that, I started to put my own little crew together. You know what I mean? Like, I was in a couple of bands in college and found a couple of dudes at Belmont that wrote songs, and we'd get together, and I would take what I learned from my dad, and they'd take what they learned from the people that they've learned from, and I just kind of started to make my own way. And I think my dad did a great job at letting me fail and like not always correcting me when he thought something wasn't right. Always kind of allowed me to be my own person, and I think that was the biggest benefit that I could have had. So
now, on that note, what kind of advice would you give to someone who didn't have that luck growing up in a music family?
Sure. Man, I just think you have to write until it makes you mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are way more songs that are never going to see the light of day than will. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like the first year that I had my publishing deal, dude, I think I wrote like 500 or 600 songs that year. And, maybe 4 of them came out or 2 of them got cut. And I just think you got to keep writing until you find what makes you tick, and then what makes you, unique as a songwriter.
Right.
So
I got a question to follow up on that. When take a song like Die Happy Man, you finish that song, do you like drop the guitar and walk away, like you just hit a walk-off grand slam, like
I don't know.
Or
I mean, I feel like I know what a hit sounds like, but you have no idea. I don't think you have any idea that a song is going to be the biggest song.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you kind of know, like, I think some people will like this, but I remember writing that song and just being like, I think this is a great love song.
Yeah.
But my team was like, yo, we think this is a game-changing song for you, and I don't know that I fully felt that until it came out, and that's just the stars just completely aligned.
You really didn't. I mean, the first time I ever heard that song, I was like, this is gonna be one of the all-time wedding songs. Like, they're gonna play that song at every wedding for the next 30, 40 years. Like,
no, I didn't know, man. I honestly think it was timing too. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of love songs on the radio at that time, and
true,
and like, talking about your wife wasn't super cool either at the time, and so I think both of those things together with a little bit of the hype that I already kind of had moving, I just think it was all like perfect timing. So,
and then what was it like getting Nelly on a remix?
Yeah. Do we even know that it was happening? We didn't even know that it was happening, I don't think. And then someone sent me like a YouTube video of Nelly singing this new version at a show, and I was like, I'm here for it.
All right, hell yeah.
Love Nelly. Why not? I just didn't see it for that song, but I think he still plays it live.
Has to.
Yeah.
Do you got any like not dream collabs, like outside the box collabs like him that you'd like to work with? Like, I don't know, like Method Man, or I'm just throwing random names out there.
Yeah.
From different genres.
Dude, yeah. I think
Slipknot.
For the last like 8 years, Bruno has been
That'd be awesome.
Like
yeah.
the one. Like, I've seen Bruno probably like 6 times. I don't know if y'all have seen his show
I've seen him
before.
once. I saw him here in like 2017, and he's
dude, it's just nasty.
It's awesome.
He's one of the most talented humans on the planet, I think. Bruno would be awesome. I'm a huge Teddy Swims fan. I don't know if y'all know who Teddy Swims is or not, but
he's been on the show a bunch of times. He's the
4 or
best.
5 times.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Me and Teddy have been talking. We've been kind of writing and doing some stuff together. So I hope something pans out with Teddy.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. He's a hard person to sing next to. It's like doing a writing round, like a writer's round, and I have to follow Chris Stapleton, which I have done before. It is the worst feeling on the earth. Like, before anybody knew who Stapleton was, we would go do these like writers rounds or whatever. And I've been writing with Chris since I was like 19, like in Nashville. And so he sits there and sings, Sometimes I Cry or like Tennessee Whiskey, and then I have to.
You're like, what?
Well, I'm just like, what do y'all want me to do? Y'all just want him to sing another one? You know what I'm saying?
Like having
and Teddy is
palms
like,
up,
Teddy is sort of on that caliber. Like, he's too good.
It's
too good.
That is a high praise
Yeah.
for great guy. I can't wait to clip that and send that.
So good.
Speaking of Stapleton, we just found out through Adam Doliak that you almost did Think You Should Leave. Is that true?
Yeah, I had that song on hold for a while.
That's what we heard. So how does that work when, you just didn't put it out and then it goes back into the...
Yeah, it's like, I think when you're making a record, like a lot of artists, you just get sent songs left and right. You know what I mean? Because when Nashville knows that anyone's making a record, they have this thing, which I think is kind of hilarious, called a pitch sheet. And so like an artist would be like looking for, I don't know, I saw one that said looking for song of the year type songs. And I'm like,
Yeah, here you go.
how often are those
Yeah.
written? You know what I mean?
Once
Like,
a year.
And I'm not going to send them to you. I'm going to save them,
I'm looking for
or like,
I'm looking for Sydney Sweeney type.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
summertime bop anthems, or they'll just say like great songs. You know what I mean? And sorry, I just got way off track. What was the question that you asked?
The pitch sheet.
The pitch sheet.
Yeah.
But why did you ask me that question?
Because of Stapleton.
Think You Should Leave.
Oh, right. Yeah, so when you're making a record, you kind of just start compiling a bunch of songs. So like for me, I write so many of my songs. So for when I record outside songs, it maybe is like a couple, 2 or 3 on a record. And so every time I get sent like an outside song, I will, if I love it, then I'll put it on hold, meaning it's my first, like I have the first right to cut the tune, right? And then if I let it go, then it goes to like number 2 or whatever. And I think I even put my vocal on You Should Probably Leave. I need to find that demo. But yeah, for whatever reason, it just didn't make the project, and praise God that it didn't, because it needed to be a Stapleton
song,
you know?
right?
That's like great perspective.
Oh,
right
shoot,
there.
yeah. Songs, they ultimately find what they're supposed to be,
There's no feeling like that was the one that got away, though? Not even a little bit?
Dude,
No.
Yeah, I know. You got a million number. Yeah.
There's some worse ones that got away than that one.
Well, what's the worst one?
My very first number one that I ever had was not even an artist, but I wrote a song for Florida Georgia Line called Round Here.
Yeah.
And I remember my wife being like, "Why are you giving that to them?" And I was like, "Because we're broke, and
we need some money."
Yeah, and that song came out and was a huge hit for them. That one was hard. I had a song on hold called "Running Out of Moonlight" that Randy Houser ended up cutting, and it was a 6-week number 1 song.
Unbelievable song.
But yeah, dude, it's like when you're making a record and you're looking at 3 songs that are sort of like in the same vein of like tempo, content wise, it's like you just gotta pick one, and you kind of just. You don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
I love that. So what have you been working on lately?
I've got a record coming out August 23rd. Like
About a month from now?
Yeah. Been releasing like songs like once a month throughout the summer, and yeah, man, it's been fun. This is my 7th album. I can't believe I've been doing it this long, which is gnarly.
That's a lot of material.
It's a lot of material.
No slowing down though. Well, you already said that you're doing
This
festival
year,
circuit.
Yeah, this year was kind of like, I've been hitting it hard, dude, since I was like 19, and so it's been nice to have gotten to a point where I could do 30, 40 shows and then go hit it again next year, and allow an album to kind of fuel the tour. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I gotta ask, best thing and worst thing about Kenya, as someone who's going.
Have you been?
Soon. No, I like cannot wait to.
Oh,
go.
you're going?
Yeah.
Like you have it booked. Do you know where you're going?
Next spring.
Okay.
No,
Nairobi.
No, my friend knows a kid who actually owns like a significant amount of land over there and has like an estate and all that. But
Sick.
he puts safaris out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go like see lions hunting?
Oh, yeah,
Kill
dude.
gazelles and.
Yeah, we stayed with this family. They're called the Sheldrick family. So they own this company called the Sheldrick Wildlife Foundation, and they basically like rehabilitate wounded elephants. So if they find them in a snare or find away from their pack or whatever, they help rehabilitate them and push them back into the wild. And so they've got a couple of different really amazing camps in Tsavo National Park.
That's awesome.
If you end up getting to go, and like one's on the river and one's like on the side of this cliff, and it's just wild out there, bro. Like right outside your tent is just hippos in the river, crocs just like laying out. I ran into a hyena the very first night when I was there. Just like walked out of my cabin, there's a hyena from me to him.
Just chilling. Those things.
What was that like?
Chilling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is how I'm gonna go.
Yeah, this is it. This is
They're
it.
Death
creeps,
by
they're for me.
hyena.
They're
Yeah.
creepy,
But
right?
That'd actually be a sweet way to go, though.
I
I mean,
know,
it
dude.
sucked
That
for
would
like a
suck.
few minutes.
That would
but,
be
like,
really terrible.
At least you could tell the
Terrible.
boys up in heaven that you
Slow
got
and
mauled by a
All by hyena. Yeah.
hyena. Yeah.
There's really not a worse thing, bro. I mean, it's just it's amazing. It's an amazing place. It really is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We have a cool country, but there's a lot of cool places out there. I just
Right.
went to Europe for the first time last month,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I'm going to Europe. Sweet. I came back. I was like, dude, I want to go every fucking year now.
Yeah, dude. It's just wild to see how different people do it.
Mhm.
You know, and just but being in the wild like that is gnarly. Like you get back to like I live in Tennessee. I'm like, what do we got? Water moccasins.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Here
Like
we
a
got
couple of black
coyotes.
widows.
Coyotes.
You know what I mean? Out there, everything can kill you.
Everything.
Literally everything can kill you.
The mosquitoes to the hippos to
That's like
yeah.
Legit.
Did you ever see the Jamie Foxx stand-up about Africa? Oh, dude.
Is it awesome?
When you get out of here, you're look up. It is the funniest. It's from early 2000s, but he's talking about his first trip over there.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, like, the bugs are the biggest bugs you've ever seen in your life. Like, they're
Dude.
flying with, like, pterodactyl wings. And he's talking about, like, lions having sex. And
Oh, yeah.
It is, like, hysterical.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
But I think seeing a pack of elephants up close in real life, that's gonna be.
I've got some pictures I'll show
I
you
might
in a
faint.
second. Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't even know if I've seen one in a zoo before.
No, but in the wild.
No, I know,
it's like-
Bro.
let alone the
They're
wild.
they're so massive, dude. They're massive.
All right. We can cut this if you say no, but is there any chance you can pick up one of these guitars and play us a verse or something?
What do you want to hear?
I mean,
Die Happy Man.
I don't want to put that on you, but I would.
Are these in tune?
Yeah, that one's in tune. I don't know what that one is.
No one's touched the black one yet,
I need to warm up.
so it might not be.
It's a little in tune. It's also freezing in here.
I know.
These strings are probably like